Come on in, come on in, come on in. Yes, yes, yes. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's good to see y'all. Come on in. Welcome to part two, part two, night two, however you want to call it. Come on in. Welcome to night two, part two of the shoulda, coulda, woulda series. We are in part two. Now, last week it was my mother's birthday. We started the series on December the 6th. Now, since then, we have been in, my family has been in some family life circumstances. My grandmother passed away, went to the other side last night. So we are in the throes of planning a funeral. But there is still a live stream there. My mother would say there is still work to be done on tonight. There's still an obligation that we have to do because we started it last week and we're going to push forward this week. So last week, our topic was I should do it because I can do it. See, your three key points here, we got to review here so I can give you some background of what's going on here. Your three key points is your obligation should make you do it, your duty should make you do it, and your correctionness should make you do it. Now, here's your something to think about. This is important. You need to hear this something to think about here from last week. You should do your obligation, you should do your duty, and you should do your correction. Because you can do it. You can do it. And so remember last week we was at this dining room table. This is where this conversation was happening with me and my mother here. We was at this dining room table and we was having this conversation. And she was like, boy, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Don't be that person. But well, we gotta go back to that dining room table. We have to go back to that dining room table. Because at that dining room table, she then got to the could. See, she explained to me what should mean, what you should do. There's an obligation, a duty, a correction. And then she got to this could part. Now, like I said last week, usually when this was happening, it was in the middle of me getting disciplined. So, shoulda, coulda, woulda was usually happening in between me getting in trouble. Just gonna keep it real with y'all. I was usually getting in trouble when I was getting told. I was not doing what I should have been doing when I heard this quote. But then she got to the could part, and we're at this dining room table, and my hard head itself was like, okay, whatever. I hear you. I hear you, but I don't hear you. But then like I said last week, I got older and I started thinking on this quote and how much positivity it was. Then I started thinking the could inside of me for part two. Because you gotta have a should. There's a should. Now you gotta have the could and the could inside of me. Now, to understand this, we have to break down what could mean to understand the definition. So you need to understand words and definitions. It is significant that we understand what words mean. It is significant that we understand where words come from. But this word could simply means this. Used to indicate possibility. Could means simply this. Used to indicate possibility. That means there is a possibility in something. Whatever that something is, there's a possibility that it can happen. Could simply mean used to indicate possibility. That's got to be good news for somebody in that definition is that there is a possibility. Something could happen. You could get the job. You could get the 3.0, 4.0. You could. There is some possibility in your could. There is some possibilities in your could. So it's three key questions we really need to unpack and unwind to understand this true definition of could. Who is it? Who is this definition talking to? What are they talking about? Because we read words and we think we so smart that we understand the definition, not realizing when we read the definition, it simply means something totally different than what we write in our English textbook. The what? The what? And then the could. The could. The could. Who, what, and could. Who, what, when, what, when, who uses it, what could I do, and when could I do it? So let's look at the first question. Who could do it? Now, see, this one is simple. Who could do it? Well, if you go back to the definition, it clearly says, use to indicate possibility. That means you yourself are the one that has the possibility. I don't care if you're trying to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, a nurse, a player, or a pimp. There are some possibilities that you can do it. Matter of fact, pimps will tell you, pimping ain't easy. But I came to find out Christianity ain't easy either. I'm just going to keep it real. So you could do a little bit of both. Matter of fact, but some church people do both. I'm just going to keep it real tonight. Try to be a pimp and a church member. There's possibilities. But you could do something. There's a possibility. If you do what you need to do, you can get a 3.0, 4.0. There's a possibility. If you do what you need to do, you can be the nurse practitioner. There's a possibility. If you do what you need to do, you can be the professor, the lawyer, the doctor, the pastor, whatever. There is a possibility. So this definition is talking to every last one of us. See, but definitions is important because you could be doing some stuff wrong. You could be treating family members wrong. You could be treating people that have been helping you wrong. You could be treating the people that have been in your corner wrong. You could be being racist, not realizing you're being racist. There are things you could be doing that ain't right. So this who is every last one of us. Put your name there. You ain't got to put your name there. Put your first and last name. You ain't got to put your whole mama government name. Just put your first and last name there. You. Who is it? You. Who could do it? You. But you got to have some belief, some faith. Now, going back to this dining room table. Of course, it got good at this conversation here. Because this whole conversation with me and my mom at this dining room table, like I said, usually these conversations happen at the dining room table. So we was at this dining room table, and she talking about what you could do and what you should do, and all this. I'm like, Mama, I don't want to do all that. But then she used to say, well, if you set your mind to it, you can be anything you want to be. Hold up, that's a could. I could really be a professor if I set my mind to it. See, these conversations got deep and personal because what she was trying to explain to my crazy self at that time was there are all possibilities of you doing what you want to do. But do you believe and have faith that you can do it? See, some of us have belief and faith in the wrong things. That's why we're doing the wrong stuff. So that means any one of us, right or wrong, we could be doing right or wrong. And let's just be realistic now. I got to go down Church Street for a second. Church members, don't act like y'all been saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, fire baptized, saved, all that. No, you haven't. Matter of fact, you still do stuff wrong because I still do stuff wrong. I'm jacked up and messed up to the floor just like you. Just like the person that ain't saved. That's jacked up and messed up to the floor. So it's you. You can do it. It's simple. It's not hard. You can do it. We make this stuff. You can do it. Anyone can do it. But is it the right thing? See, that's the thing. Are we doing the right thing? Are we doing the right thing? Because if you don't have faith and belief and hope, you might as well stop thinking you can do something. You gotta have some faith, you gotta have some belief, you gotta have some hope that it's possible that it could be done. See, those two words are interchanged. It's possible and it could be done. See, this might need to help some people that's thinking about what they could do at their next opportunity, or when the next opportunity, what they could do, or what they could have done. Matter of fact, to say it's possible. It's possible. I'm going to do it this time. So back to this dinner table. Then we're at this dinner table, and during this time, I'm usually doing homework. Really don't want to do homework at this dining room table here. So we're at this dining room table, and she's giving me all these wisdom, knowledge assessments, and giving me all this wonderful stuff that helped me as I got older. And I'm thinking to my mama, what could you do? Man, what could you do? Then I started realizing, not really you, what could I do? What could you do? What could you do? What could you do? And I asked that. What could you do? And the question was simply answered like this. You could do anything you want to do, but what's your mindset? She always went back to what's your mind. It don't matter how much you love being a doctor if your mindset is not set on being a doctor, if your mindset is not set on being a teacher, if your mindset is not on whatever it is you want to be, it don't matter. Your mindset plays a role and you can do anything you want to do. That's why it's important not to kill a child dream. That's why it's important not to kill a child momentum. That's why it's important to watch what you say to a child, because understand it sets with them for a lifetime. It's important to understand that mindset when you say you can't do something, or you like your daddy, or you like you ain't gonna be nothing. I don't accept it. When you do that, sets a mindset. We set our own mindset. Parents, you set your kid mindset. You being all negative, saying they ain't gonna do nothing, saying they ain't gonna be nothing. Why you like your daddy? I can't stand your daddy. You're speaking negativity, and you're trying to figure out why they negative, why they all upset. The mind. You have destroyed the mind. The mindset can destroy, and the mindset can lift up. And we play a role in it, adults, especially when it comes to our children. We play a role in their mindset. If you say they ain't going to be nothing, don't look at them when Johnny is 18, 19, 20, and he ain't doing nothing. Look at the mindset that you gave. That's why the dining room table was so significant to me. Because my mama was trying to explain that, boy, you can do anything you want to do. But what's your mindset? See, I can tell you all of this, but son, you got to have a mindset. I can't do it for you. Parents, at some point, you got to let the leash go and let them go figure it out. And then she would explain to me, because it got good because I was asking questions. Because I wanted to know, because clearly it's something that she knew better than me. Clearly it was something that she knew that I didn't know, that I needed to know, that I'm glad she told me so it could help me along the way. Who you around plays a role in this. Plays a big role in this. Some folks that you around plays a big role in this. Because there are some people that's just watching and waiting for the possibility for you to become great. They ain't been a support. They ain't showed up to no conferences to hear you speak. They ain't showed up to no basketball games, no recitals. They ain't helped you with homework, ain't wrote a reference out for you. But at the end of the day, when that mindset cuts on and you're like, oh, I can do more. I can do this. I should do it. Oh, I should do it. Because I know I could do it. Them fake, phony folks will come around acting like they've been there all their life, acting like they was in the Kool-Aid, knowing they wasn't mixing none of the sugar or the flavors together. But they gonna be there. Because your mindset done got you to a point of success. Don't play with the mind. That's why I asked this question. What could you do, Mama? You telling me, you fussing at me about this at this dining room table. And sometimes we left the dining room table. Sometimes she was just sitting in her computer, sitting in her bedroom, in her recliner. Wherever it was that day that I got in trouble, that's where I was going to hit. But she didn't realize, as much as I realize now, how significant this stuff was. She didn't realize because she was disciplining. She was being a parent. She was being a mother. She was doing what she was supposed to do. But while I was sitting at this dining room table, I took a shift as I got older. And I'm like, wait a minute. What she was saying was negative actually meant positive. I just was hard-headed enough to say it was negative. So what's your mindset? Who you hanging around? Folks will hang around you just to wait to see your mindset change and you become successful. And they just hanging on. Some of them folks you need to cut loose. Cut them loose. It's okay. It's okay to cut folks loose. It's okay to let stuff go that has happened to you. Because it will mess with your mindset. Ooh, that's significant there. It will mess with your mindset. So now we're back at this dining room table here, and actually, we probably done left the dining room table. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, because we probably by this time we at Food Line, Walmart, or the church, or I'm either back at the house getting fussed at. Y'all, I was hard-headed. I'm gonna keep it real. I was hard-headed. I'm gonna keep it real with me. This whole series is really about me, but I'm trying to help somebody else. I was hard-headed. I wasn't all the way. Hey, down at the cross where I first saw a light was not the first one that was popping up on the list. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Sometimes it still ain't. I'm the hey. Sometimes it is NWA. Don't get mad at me. I'm just gonna be real with you tonight. What's your mindset? The possibility. But then we got to this third question. But then I started thinking, okay, I've already asked who should do it. Clearly, it's all of us. Because if we got a mindset, if you want to do something, you can do something because it's possible. Could indicates possibility. That means you could do something. Then I as I got older, and as I started to listen to what she was saying, I started to ask, well, when could I do it? When could I do it? When could you do it? I need to know this. This was significant to me. I was like, all right, you telling me shoulda, coulda, woulda. And I'm trying to do this shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I got some questions. I need some navigation. Sometimes parents, your kids are asking questions because they just need to be navigated. It's not, we can't ask the teacher. We can't ask the advisor. We can't ask the mentor. Matter of fact, we can't always ask the pastor. Quit thinking that those are the folks. We are parents. Your obligation is to navigate. That's your obligation, navigate. Now, some of y'all navigating to the wrong places, but your obligation is to navigate. So then we get to this third question. When could you do it? When could you do it? Then she looked at me, and she came back to this mind thing. I'm like, Mama, you in this mind thing. What's up with this mind? Why are you so big on your mind? What is it? Like, okay, whatever. I got a brain. I got a mind. And she said, boy, you just don't understand. You really don't get it. And then she made this point. Your mindset starts all your possibilities. Your mindset starts all your possibilities. See, my mindset to go back to school, until I got the mindset to go back to school, I never would have went to school. See, I had to have the mindset that it was possible. And then I started to realize, wait a minute, it's possible that I can do more. I could be an SGA member. I could be vice president and parliamentarian and central division chair and Livingstone's executive vice president and things like that. It started to be possible that I had to change the mindset. And then she really got good. She said, well, let me help you out because some church people are going to be fake to you and going to be phony. She said, life and death lies. Some of us trying to figure out why our mindset's so messed up. Your mouth will mess up your mind, and your mind could mess up all your heart. All of that work together. If you saying you ain't gonna be nothing, I ain't gonna be nothing, I can't do this, I can't do that, they always better than me. Well, look at your possibilities. Look at what you're saying you couldn't do. Look at all the things you're saying you could do, and you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. So she went back to this mind thing. I was like, no, okay, this mindset. It starts all possibilities. And then you're able to do more. Okay, mama, whatever. And I was just like, whatever. I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. This was the conversation. This was usually how our conversations went. I know some of y'all going to be like, I'm a bad son. You know, I'm hard-headed. No, I don't care. Y'all was hard-headed too when y'all was children. Y'all ain't got to sugarcoat it for me. But yeah, this whole thing, I'm thinking, Mama, why is it so important to understand the mind? Because it unlocks all possibilities. And you can do more. You can do more. And see, when your heart is in it, see, when you get your mind in it and your heart starts in it, everything else will follow. That's why I love one of my best friend's fathers. He said, if your mind is right and your heart is right, your rear end will follow. Everything else, if your mind is right and your heart is right, everything else has to go. It can't just stay stagnant. It has to go with you. But your mind and your heart, she was big on that. I'm thinking, okay, Mama, the mind and the heart has to be right. And then my friend's dad got real good and said, if your mind and heart is right, then everything else will follow. But what's your mindset? Where's your heart? See, all your possibilities to indicate all your possibilities. Could simply mean to indicate all your possibilities. But what's your heart and what's your mindset? Because if your mind and your heart is so negative, and you always talking negative, guess what? You're going to end up negative. You're going to end up negative. I know for all my math scholars, they're like, well, they ain't really had workout in math. You know, they ain't, math class, that ain't really how it goes. Well, in real life, if you're negative in your mind and negative in your heart, you're going to be negative. I don't care how many positive people you got around you. I don't care how many bishops, board of trustees, professors, doctors, sociologists. I don't care who you get around you. If you're so negative to the point that your mind and heart is negative, but it's always possible to change it. It's always possible. There's always a possibility. Could is simply this: to indicate possibility. To indicate possibility. It is used to indicate possibility. Remember last week we talked about the should, that you have an obligation, you have a duty, you have a correction that you got to do. But then you could do it because it's inside of you. It is inside of you. But what is your mind? What is your heart? See, we don't like focusing on those two things because some real stuff come out in reality. We do not like focusing on them because some real stuff really comes out. When we really take time to focus on the mind and the heart. So here's your something to think about. 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 The could mindset unlocks all possibilities. The could mindset unlocks all possibilities. See, once you get the could mindset, it's going to unlock all the possibilities you want. But you got to have a little bit of faith. You got to have a little bit of hope. You got to have a little bit of belief in yourself. Hey, and church people get on my nerves. Because church people, oh, well, I'd love the Lord, but you ain't got faith that he's going to unlock all possibilities. I love the Lord, but you ain't hopeful that he's going to unlock all possibilities. I love the Lord. I'm paying my tithes. I'm praying, but you ain't trusting him to unlock all possibilities. Church folks, y'all get on my nerves too. I love y'all, but y'all get on my nerves because y'all need to hear this too. The could mindset unlocks all possibilities. The could mindset unlocks all possibilities. Thank you for your hearts. Thank you for your eyes. Thank you for your ears. Again, first off, let me say from my family to everybody that has reached out, everybody that's going to reach out this week, everybody that has reached out to me, we say thank you. Enough thank you cards and enough phone calls cannot say thank you enough from my family as we deal with another death in my family. But we're going to get through because we got this could mindset, so it's going to unlock all possibilities for us. So we're going to be down a little bit, but we're going to move forward. So I first want to say thank you to everybody that's going to reach out and all of those things. Second, next week we end the series. Next week we do end the series. Next week we end the series, and then beginning in 2022, we will bring back Beneath the Surface. I know some people have been asking me about the podcast. We will be bringing that back in 2022. I got some wonderful guests coming. I have some wonderful guests. I just need to send out those invitations. So if you reached out to me asking me what your invitation is, it is coming. Trust me, I'm working on it. But again, thank you for your support. Thank you for following me. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for watching. Here's what I need you to do. I need you to tell a friend, a cousin, a co-worker, somebody to go watch this series. That's what I need you to do. So tell your friend, your cousin, your co-worker, and your hater who you've been hating on, and they've been hating on you to go watch this series because it might help them both out. Just saying. And if you can follow me at all of my social media platforms, my Instagram is Charles White 61291. Charles White 61291. You can follow me on my LinkedIn, Charles White. You can just add me, connect with me there. My YouTube, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Charles White Motivational Speaking. Please go there. You see all the work that we have done, all the work that's coming. We got conferences coming up. And then also, get on my Facebook. Holler at me on Facebook, Charles White. Y'all can get at me there. Then lastly, holler at your boy on Twitter. You can holler at your boy on Twitter as well. That's Charles White 248 at Charles White 248. So you can holler at me on all platforms. Till we meet again, I do hope and pray that your family is well, that your friends are well, and that most of all, you yourself is well. Till we meet again, holler at your boy. We'll deuce you out. God bless you. Good night.